Hey, how's it going? It's Walsh here, sick as always. Welcome to episode 19 of the Keepers of the Flame League here on Ruthless SSF. Just doing some delving. I have like five or six more delve scarabs just sitting in my stash. Figured I might as well use it to not only try to get like one of the boss fights because they do unlock a new tech tree, but in addition to that, delve is just amazing XP in Ruthless, especially in SSF, because you can't really do any of the like typical group stuff for bonus XP. I don't really know when you'll be seeing this. It is Monday right now, but as I've said a few times, this week is going to be crazy with holiday stuff going on. But either way, I hope you enjoy the video, whether you're seeing this on Wednesday or Monday, and I'll see you near the end. I think at some point I'm going to start shipping more than what I am right now. I'm getting a good balance of currency, but I'm getting almost no tattoos or runes, which would be really nice to get, as some of them would actually enable my reroll. But other than that, though, the boats are at least giving me a lot of alks, which make me pretty happy. At the time that I'm recording this, it's Tuesday night. We're gonna be leaving tomorrow morning. I really want to like just push level 90 on this character, and I suspect the rest of this video will probably be after the holidays. But I might try and sneak some BOE time. But my plan right now is just to keep doing some delve, try to level up. I don't really like delving. It's never been a mechanic I've enjoyed doing. It's not that it's like bad, it's just not interesting to me. I much prefer mapping. And so it's kind of hard for me to like motivate to like push XP if I'm doing just a delve. But the thing is, it's like so much faster than pretty much anything else. So what I'll probably do is get to like 60%, maybe 70% and go back to mapping. Because if I like do something stupid like reroll when I have like 50 or 60% XP, I'll never hit level 90 on this character, and I just don't want to do that. My original plan was just to finish my level by doing Delve. I have so many Delve Scarabs just sitting in my stash, but I just don't really want to do that because, first of all, I'm just not super into Delve anyway, even though it really is good for XP, and this character is pretty good at doing it just because of the taunt and like the fact that totems do good AoE. But I just love Breach 2.0 so much that every second that I'm in Delve, I'm like, man, I could be doing Breach right now. So yeah, it's gonna be even more difficult for me to do stuff like Delve, especially if Breach 2.0, 2.0 is forever, which I'm pretty sure it is. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but I mean, at the same time, like I don't hate Delve. It's just I'd rather be mapping. I just love mapping. But anyway, I decided to dump a whole bunch of currency trying to craft some cluster jewels here. We got pretty close to a good jewel. I mean, it wasn't great because obviously Leech wouldn't do anything for the character I want, which is this one. But I mean, still, if you can get three notables in Ruthless, it's a pretty good time, which we did not get. And we failed again. All right, it's fine. I did get a nice opportunity to use some of my tainted currency thanks to some suggestions in the comments, which totally makes sense because I actually did not know that you can get two notables on a large cluster without making it rare. Because that's like the big difficulty of making mediums, right? Because you can't just like use alterations. Hey, Crimsar, I needed those. You can't just use alterations and then aug for your second notable. But on a large jewel, you can, and then if you actually have a regal or two, you could maybe even regal to get your third one, which is a pretty big deal. And since the Foulborn Regal is, or the Foulborn Augmentation is so good, you actually have a really good chance of hitting that second notable with it. I'm not sure if there's a Foulborn Regal Orb, but if there is, I desperately want it. I went for a large 3 to 1, and unfortunately, I did not get a single support gem that I'm looking for, which makes me kind of sad. But it is what it is. I'm really leaning at this point towards making a Trapper Mine character just to map really quickly, but I am trying to hold off. Hey, I did get another Divine though. It's pretty sick. So, just a little fun fact for you. I have found more Divines than I have found Auras. I have like no auras at all. I don't have any of the heralds I'm looking for. I mean, I do have Herald of Ash, which is pretty cool, but it's not really the one I need right now. So I'm kind of torn. I really want to reroll some like brutal jank, but I have absolutely nothing for the character. Like absolutely nothing. I'm even missing like some of the basic support gems. The main reason I was 3 to 1ing the green gems was obviously trying to get Mark on hit, which I failed pretty terribly to get. So I'm kind of torn right now. I'm not really sure what to do. A part of me, like, especially since I just got the Trap and Mind support as well, like, I have absolutely every, like, gem I need to make a really good Trap or Mind character. So, I don't know. There's a tiny chance I do it. Like, I haven't played, like, Ice Trap in quite a while, even though I love that skill so much. But, you know me, like, it's kind of hard for me to, like, play stuff I've already played a few times because I just kind of want to experiment with new stuff and try new things or whatever. But at this point in the league, I just like have nothing else to roll into. But I'm not locked in anything yet. I'm gonna keep mapping on this character. We still have time. I'm definitely not re-rolling until I at least hit level 90 on this character. So, I can still think about some stuff. I'm trying to like mess around on POB, but I don't know. I have nothing. I have some decent like weapons, a couple pieces of armor. I do have a handful of 5 links. None of them are on great bases or anything like that. I mean, this one's pretty decent, honestly. I mean, it kind of sucks it's only a strength base for my other characters because I'd have to roll like 5 off color. But I mean, I could definitely make this work for something else. But I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to keep pushing for 90, and hopefully something will inspire me. We're still getting some good XP, and every time I see a hive, I just get so excited. I love the whole Foulborn unique thing. Oh, hello. And it's +2. Okay, well, I mean, +2 is fine, I guess. I guess I could divine it if I was feeling really stupid. Actually, I don't know if I could divine that. I'd have to, like, hold Alt over and look at it. But yeah, I got some nice gloves here, but I'm kind of sad about that wand. But at the same time, if it did roll +4, I probably would have instantly rerolled, which I'm trying very hard not to do because I really do want to hit level 90 on this character. Not only for the challenge, but I don't know, it would just feel very satisfying to play this character, push it for 90. I got another gland, which I'm probably going to go fight those bosses at some point. But at the same time, I think I should save them. That way I can actually unlock the tree on another character. Because if I ever roll a chieftain, like that like that ascendancy node is pretty insane. I can't imagine how tanky chieftains are this league, but it's pretty funny. And I was talking about trying not to play a trapper, but I mean, ice traps just keeps dropping right in front of my face. At this point, I think I have to put a pause on Delirium. I am broke, and I really want to focus on the reroll. I am almost 70% of the way to level 90, which I will almost certainly be immediately rerolling. I might kill like my guardians and stuff on the way to, or right after 90, but after that I plan on rerolling. I don't really have anything, like I said earlier, to actually use to reroll, but I'm probably going to do it anyway. I'm going to try really hard not to make a minor, but I mean, if I'm being honest with you, that might just be what happens. I might try using a certain mine I haven't used before, or maybe look at some of the transfigured ones, but I don't know yet. Either way, Delirium's going to be on hold for a while. It almost got me killed in this map, and on top of that, I'm broke. So I changed my tree slightly. I am going to spec into Ritual. I'm just going to make it a little better for me. I'm not going to go too crazy with it. I just got the extra altars, making stuff cheaper. Nothing else, really. And, of course, now we're farming on Tree 1, so I will get more Guardian drops and Conquerors. Which, again, I really do want to try and fight Uber Elder on this build. But I'm probably going to reroll the other character and then come back to this one to fight Uber Elder. Because, as you can see, I'm like 1/4 of the way to it, but I have no more fragments at all. And not only do I want to use the next character to try and farm gems, but I'd also maybe like to make it a bosser. But I think the very first Uber Elder fight I get this league, I'm probably going to try doing with Holy Flame, because it would be pretty funny, and that's my challenge for the league. I'm not really looking for any specific uniques at this point, but obviously, like, I really want some of the Foulborn uniques to mess with and try to make janky characters with. I did end up getting a Zophs, but unfortunately it was pretty terrible. I'm never going to use that. Nobody cares about Debilitated. I mean, I'm sure there's some random build out there that does, but I'm definitely not playing that. I haven't really looked at any of the other transfigure gems I randomized at the start of the league. This might be a good opportunity just to roll one of those characters just to start it out and see what it feels like. I'm not like saying I'm definitely going to do that, but it might be a good idea, especially since like, yeah, my economy's not great right now, but at the same time, this character maps so well, and I kind of feeling pretty confident this character can boss pretty well as well. So I'm kind of not like really afraid of rerolling it to something bad. But at the same time, I don't know. It's like, I feel like this character could almost certainly do like Uber Elder if I was using a movement skill. But without it, it's probably going to be a little scary. But at the same time, one of the biggest like struggles with the Uber Elder fight, if you're playing without a movement skill, is obviously dodging. But like with this character, I never have to stop moving. I'm always going to be running around. So I feel like he'll be like this character will be moderately safe. So maybe I should just like re-roll some trash transfigure gem I've never played and hope for the best. I dropped a Stormfire, which I can't imagine I'll use, but at some point it will be getting double corrupted, because why not? Hey, made this far in the video. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I am level 89, 80% of the way to level 90. Flame Totem character is going amazingly well so far. I mean, I say so far. It's been like more than 24 hours at this point, playtime. What are we at, actually? Yeah, 29 hours, almost 30 hours. Character just feels great, and honestly, it may feel like it's progressing very slowly, but the only reason it feels like that to me is like normally I'm not this busy at a league start, but there has been so much going on with like holiday stuff and like appointments and everything like that that I kind of haven't had the jump start that I usually have. But with that being said, I'm pretty proud of my progress. We have 106, so we only need 9 more maps, which are all unique, obviously. I'm really happy where my Atlas trees are. I'll talk more about my currency and stuff in a minute. But in terms of my trees, like I talked about earlier, I'm taking a break from Delirium. I kind of just want to hit level 90. That way I have the option of rerolling. I mean, obviously I can reroll whatever I want, but I just kind of want to like. I feel like I would be a failure with this build if I didn't get to at least 90 with it, considering how much I enjoy it. Anyway, let's talk about the gear. I haven't changed a damn thing. It's all still the same. Same weapon, same helmet, everything. Which is pretty funny, because if you look at my gear, other than like the Zov's blood, and honestly, I gotta give credit to this weapon. This weapon is pretty damn decent, at least by my standards. But yeah, my gear is not very impressive. I think the dream scenario would just, obviously to be have like a ton of armor. And I will say, the biggest downside of using Tukohama's Fortress is the block chance on it is pretty atrociously bad. Like, I imagine if you just used the Searing Exarch shield, you would probably have double or triple the defenses of this character, but I don't care. like something I don't know. I think most people that watch know, but just a reminder, for me, it's not about making the best build, it's just about making my own build. And for me, I think this character greatly achieves that goal. Not only are we using a Tukohama's Fortress, which nobody really uses, at least in Ruthless SSF, and Zov's Blood, which is definitely more of a usable item, but still, it's pretty underutilized. It's a really fun unique. And the reason it's underutilized is most of the time it's pretty hard to get, but with Breach 2.0, you can actually get this item, which makes me very happy. This character has done an amazing job with getting me currency. As you can see, we have almost 50 fusings, even after my accident where I deleted a bunch of them. Got a bunch of chromes, bunch of jewelers, but as we all know, this can be deleted very quickly just trying to craft one thing. So I never get too hyped about how many I have, but it's just nice seeing the stack. Funny enough, even though we're like, I don't know how many weeks into the league, this is like episode 18 or 19 at this point, I have found 2 auras. I have Malevolence and I have Purity of Elements, and that is it, which is pretty insanely unlucky. I will also say I have been hardcore low rolling when it comes to my boxes. Oh my god. Oh, never mind. For a second, I thought I took the wrong notes. This entire league, I have not found a single Gem Cutter Strongbox, which is pretty bad luck, even by Ruthless standards. But at the same time, that's the risk of taking the Strongbox stuff. That's why I don't normally take it on Tree 1. But, like, I had a feeling this league I was going to struggle with it. But, yeah, it didn't really help, but that's just kind of how it goes. I know I talked earlier about not doing Delirium anymore because I'm just going to level up. I don't want to risk dying or whatever, being a coward. But once I do level up, I am going to go back to Delirium, try to use some Scarabs if I have any, just to finish the Simulacrum. Because normally my characters can only get to, like, what's the highest I've gotten to? Like, wave 15 or something, maybe further. I think it was 14 or 50. I can't remember. It's been too long since I've really hardcore farmed Delirium. But I think this character might actually have a solid chance of doing it. Not because it's tanky, because if you look at my character, there's no way, no matter how crazy your imagination was, you could not imagine that this character is tanky, because it's not. But it does have the upside of my totems actually taunting enemies, and the fact that whenever my totems get hit, they just do insane damage. I might be able to get further on this character. I definitely don't want to say I could clear the full Simulacrum. I think that's very unlikely with my defenses, but I'm definitely going to try. And the more I map, like when I do like tier 16s with like crazy mods and I just see how often I survive, like every time I see that happen, I think, man, this character might actually be able to do like Cyrus and Uber Elder or whatever. That obviously, once again, I'm not saying it definitely could, but it might. My unique tab is looking pretty good. We got a lot of duplicates just laying around in here. It would be pretty fun to use one of these bows, or one of these unique bows at some point. Not saying I definitely will, but it would be pretty fun. And I will say, other than that, I don't really have like any crazy plans for any of these uniques. The only ones I'm thinking about right now are this one because I have never done Impending Doom before, and it's just like a free 5 link, which could be really fun. And next to that, we have the Devoto's Devotion, which is a ridiculous helmet for Ruthless. Like, I don't know if it would be the end game helmet per character, but if you think about it, if you go Iron Reflexes or whatever, it's 1500 armor, which is pretty damn good. Incredible attack speed, and more importantly, 20% movement speed. And that 18 spell suppression is no joke. I mean, that's more spell suppression than I had on my entire other character. So yeah, this thing would be pretty incredible, probably just for mapping, but I'm sure I could probably use it on something janky to go further than that. I also think if I ever get a double corruption, which by the way, I've also had like no double corrupts this league, I think I'm definitely probably. Oh my god, never mind, this roll is terrible. I was gonna say I'm probably gonna double corrupt that, but that's terrible. I think we're going back to the original plan. We're gonna double corrupt the Rhyme Gaze, if nothing for nostalgia, because if you remember many, many, many Ruthless leagues ago, we actually double corrupted one of these and it hit pretty well, and I actually rolled it and it was really fun. Obviously, that was back when Cold Dot was way stronger than it is now, but it would be cool to go back and revisit that. I am missing a couple of really critical support gems, like I don't have Mark on Hit, and I don't have Multi-Strike and stuff like that, but I think even without having them, probably going to reroll a couple characters that need those gems. It's not a big deal. I will say, though, that, right after Thanksgiving, which is when I'm recording this, I'm definitely coming down with something, but I mean, that's what happens when you visit a bunch of family members. It just kind of goes down that way. My jewelry this league has been pretty atrociously bad. This is the best amulet I've found all league, which granted, it's a decent piece, but it's not very good. My rings are very mediocre, except for this one. This thing is an absolute monster. Look at that thing. My God. Do I exalt that? No. No. We don't exalt that. Anyway, weapons are pretty mediocre as well. Nothing too crazy. I do have a lens saved up, but I'm not going to use that until I hit level 20 on this. And the bright side with the Holy Flame Totem is the quality does very little. I kind of wish I didn't waste so many Gem Cutter's Prisms. When I saw the 40% increased ground area, I was like, oh my god, that's going to be huge. I barely could tell the difference. Like, I did it before and after, like, when I was qualitying it up, I looked at the area, I was like, okay, it's whatever size. And then I qualityed it up, and I couldn't even tell if it expanded. So it's pretty bad. So even if it goes down in quality, as long as we get level 21, I'm going to be very happy. Anyway, I hope you had a really good holiday. Things have been crazy, and of course, December is birthday month. My birthday, my wife's birthday, and a couple of my close friends' birthdays. So, and of course, there's Christmas at the end of it. So hopefully things will be more stable this month. But I do apologize. Just know this is not traditionally how my league starts go. Usually, I try to make more progress and I'm on way more often. But anyway, thank you so much for sticking around, and I'll see you tomorrow.